Hello, I am here with your April 14th, 2021 tarot using the Revelations Tarot. I've done an off-screen pre-shuffle, and now we ask for our messages for Wednesday, April 14th. Oh, these cards are carrying themes already. The themes are very much carrying out from one day to the next. With the first card that has come out, it was a card that we saw yesterday. So hopefully this will give us more messages as to the movement, how we progress with all of this. Okay, we have some pretty major arcana coming out. I'm just looking at this one. It didn't necessarily flip out. I missed it. I moved my hand too quick. There are some I do have some rules when it comes to shuffling. If it bounces off my hand, because I can be quite uncoordinated at times, and it does take a little bit of hand-eye coordination to shuffle the cards. So if it bounces off my hand because I was having a moment, then those don't count. Those are not jumpers that I normally take. And in terms of shuffling, I know I have spoken in the past about different methods of shuffling. So while we are waiting for the next card or cards to make their appearance, there is the shuffling in which I use like this. And I usually wait for a jumper or ones that fall. Jumpers are the cards that come out of the deck and like fly out. Some people will take the ones that flip. Some will shuffle until they intuitively feel like the cards have had enough shuffling. And they will either take like this from the top, or they will turn over from the bottom and take. Some you will see will, if you're going to use this method, you do use your left hand. You cut the deck into 3 piles and intuitively put them back in whatever fashion. And again, you can take from the top, take from the bottom. That is entirely up to you. You can take as many from the top, as many from the bottom, depending on the amount of cards you are feeling drawn to. If you feel like you only need to take one, then, well, that's your card. If you feel like taking more, then those are your cards. And I'm starting to get a little bit of a feeling here, because these are 2 major arcana energy cards and they are pretty heavy hitters. Apparently I can't speak. They are heavy hitters. There we go. I was going to say, sometimes you can have major energy cards coming out and only get 1 or 2, and that's all that there is to say, because the major arcana cards are major energy, and sometimes that's all we need. So off the bottom of the deck, we have 8 of Cups, walking away from something that we have an emotional attachment to. This could be the result of that decision we were trying to make on Monday. We have another crossover off the bottom of the deck with the 9 of Pentacles card. We saw the 9 of Earth on Tuesday. So there's a little bit more of that energy kind of coming through. But on Monday, we were really wanting or needing to make a decision that's weighing heavy on our minds. The 8 of Cups, because this is a background energy, this is what is playing out in the background, is we may be feeling like, okay, we have to make this decision, even though we have very strong feelings in regards to this decision we have to make. Now, there is a little bit of numerology going on here. So I'll get into that in a moment. But we'll start off with the rest of the reading. Remember that major arcana card that we saw yesterday? Heavy hitter? The World card. The World card, it is completion. The end of a cycle. We've been dealing with endings, what seems like to be forever now. But we have the help of the Emperor, again, major arcana card. This is masculine energy, energy of Mars. Mars, as we know, rules Aries. We are currently in Aries, and all things Aries, with the exception of the moon. By Wednesday, the moon has moved into the sign of Taurus. So some of that really fiery, kind of angry energy that can come through with that Mars and Aries type energy, it's going to wane a little bit, especially when it comes to our feelings, because the moon rules over our feelings, and the moon has now moved into earthy Taurus. So we're going to be feeling a lot more grounded for the next few days. The moon moved into Taurus on Tuesday, so we've got all day Wednesday into Thursday, and I believe midday Friday, because the moon only stays in a sign for about two to 3 days, depending on the time zones and when it falls for you. But the Emperor, the authoritarian, the disciplinarian, some of this Aries moon energy that we are hopefully going to be carrying over into all of this attracting new is new routines and new habits. And the Emperor does like routines. He's very disciplined when it comes to his own routines. And again, it's masculine energy, so it's very fiery and gruff. It's not soft and loving like the Empress. It's a crack the whip kind of energy, and to do so without mercy if you step out of line. Now the Emperor does have the drive and is very knowledgeable, not quite as in tune to the creative side like the King of Wands, which would be his next closest counterpart. But if we use a little bit of discipline, that'll satisfy the Emperor energy. And we end off with the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles, Pentacles being earth energy, things related to work, employment, finances, that kind of energy. Eight of Pentacles, we've been working really hard at something or towards something for a long time. We've been through an extended period of waiting through the growing season to see results. Well, with the Eight of Pentacles, we are seeing the results. Now for the numerology, I'm going to get into this really quickly. We have 8, 8, and 9. Again, it's ascending numbers. 9 of Pentacles here. Don't forget, this is abundance while maintaining independence. And that goes well with the Emperor card, as the Emperor is quite independent as well. But altogether, we're feeling like we're leaving something that we're attached to behind. And that could be an attachment to our old ways or our old way of life, old way of thinking. And that can be very difficult to move forward from. So we are still closing out this cycle, but it's going to take a little bit of discipline in order to establish our new routines for our new way of life. This is going to lead us to abundance, not necessarily immediately, but we are going to be seeing results very soon, if not at this point. So that is your tarot for Wednesday, April 14th. I'm going to leave it here, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.